Good morning, passport holders. As you can hear, the guys upstairs are moving out, which doesn't bother me. Couldn't hear them before, except now I can because they're dropping stuff left and right on that floor. Obviously, I'm getting ready to head out. Sunglasses on my head, all that good fun. Gonna go turn in keys, do one final check, make sure that I didn't leave anything behind, which I actually think I left the trash bags and some plastic bags underneath the sink, but I'll just grab those real quick. Turn in my keys, and then I'm gonna head over to IKEA and pick up 3 items really fast. And so, yeah, it should be another speed run, nothing major. And then I'm going to race back here because I've got a webinar that I need to attend on behalf of the company that goes live at 1 p.m. So I'm going to try and get those 2 things done and then maybe sneak a little bit of lunch in. And then, yeah, take care of that. I've got some more responsibilities I gotta handle, but nothing out of the ordinary. So I hope you guys are having a great day. And if I didn't say it at the start, today is November 29th, 2017, making today 11/25 of the vlogs. Let's get today started. And with that, after 25 months living at this location, I no longer have keys to my apartment because it's no longer my apartment. I am down to the one after 2 weeks of having both of them. And quite frankly, I couldn't be happier. So at this point, gonna run that quick errand down at IKEA, pick up the rug and lamps that I'm looking to grab so I can finish the living room and have that be done, which again sets me up so that all of the majors, bedroom, kitchen, dining room, living room, and office are all complete. Now just kind of the little nicky-nacky things, art and other little tech fun things for me, but away from that, man, we're done. Dunzo. Couldn't be more excited about it. So, yeah, next couple months will be just all about saving cash and paying off the little bit of debt that I do have and just continuing to kind of consider what other options and other things that I want to do between here and the end of next year and start to work towards them as soon as possible. But I'm excited. It's a good feeling. And there is the finished product, guys. 2 lamps, couch, rug, coffee table with the expansion top, which I freaking love, end table, all the awesomeness. And the only thing that's missing, artwork right there. And I've got a plan for that. May take a couple weeks, but it's gonna happen. Definitely gonna happen. So happy. I'm gonna be even more happy when these lights, dink and dink, actually are gonna be color changing, which is probably something I'll do for myself for the holidays, but yeah, I'm loving this space. I just need to get the boxes put away. All right, guys, just stepping away from the computer a little bit because I've been busting my butt today. Got more to do though because I did take the time to obviously go to the old apartment, go to IKEA, set up all of this stuff. And I've had to run down to the car a number of times in order to grab stuff out of it, just because I didn't want to do the full unload last night. So like there were things like, one random box or a fan or this, that. So I've been running back and forth a bunch. All said though, like super pumped with the productivity of today, but finally taking a little time off my feet. I stated it won't be very long because I'm actually going to go and make my first real meal here in this apartment, which I could not be more excited about. I've had like what I call like the auto meals, so like things like small sandwiches or oh hey, I'll pop a can of chili, or hey, I'll have some soup or whatever, right? Something that is like one step, like not a ton of work kind of stuff. But this is actually going to be a full chicken breast and wild rice, and I thought about doing some corn with it, but then I was like, you know what, let's just stick with two items on that stove to start in order to make sure I don't ruin anything, and secondarily it's going to be more than enough food for me. So I'm excited to get this going and hopefully not burn the place down. I think I did okay for round 1 here at the new apartment. I'm okay with that. Ready to dig in. Yeah. Guys, I hate to say it, but that meal was delicious. I nailed that in like record time for me. But I guess I was super hungry, obviously, just very little food on a regular basis, although I did have a snack this afternoon when I broke. That's it. I just got Clintus's captions back, so I'm going to go take care of those, take care of my vlog edit, and then get back to work. And then, yeah, I don't know what I want to do, so it's kind of one of these crazy things where there's part of me that wants to go read Tools of Titans.
Obviously, Tribe of Mentors just came out, so I had pre-ordered that like 6 months ago when he had just announced it. So that's next up for me. And then as a result of Tools of Titans, I've got a bunch of new books that I want to read, things that were interesting to me, people who've been on my radar before, a couple who haven't been, but whose profiles were interesting enough. And then as I did like a couple of searches on them, was like, okay, yeah, no, maybe I'll dig into their expertise here in order to learn something new. All right, guys, coming up on 2100, 9 p.m. at this point, and yeah, it's time for me to start to shut it down a little bit. Obviously, got the vlog going in the background. The benefit of running two computers is that I can have one exporting or doing some work, and then the other one doing other work. I can be working on it. And so, yeah, taking the final last little step here to get thumbnail, title, description all taken care of on the big screen. And then, as you can see, I put one of the old hooks that was actually holding up my old blackout curtains right next to the desk there, so I can hang my headset, have it all be nice and clean. Did get a chance to get some of the wires cleaned up, although it's not as clean as I would love. Obviously, there's got to be some kind of wires dropping down and stuff because I've got to plug it into the wall at some point, but it is what it is. The extension wire from the back of the Thunderbolt display, I needed extra space on that because I don't want to jerk my really nice QC25s off my head at any point. And the best part about it is the way that I actually did the hooks, it'll actually break away. So if it ever creates too much tension on it, the openings, the gaps, are all in the direction away from this wall. So if I somehow fall off the treadmill or I start to walk away from it for some reason, they'll all just snap free. So that's a huge win. Thinking forward about failure points. So it is what it is. But I'm going to shut it down for a little bit here. I wanted to unpack a couple boxes, but that's not going to happen tonight, I don't think. Because all I want to do, honestly, is just boop, hit that button, have this thing come down to space, and go sit on my couch and read on my iPad for a little bit. But I can't get over how cool that is. Sitting here this evening and reading a book and then watching some TV and just kind of unwinding and decompressing from all the craziness of the past couple of weeks since I got keys to this place and everything else and all the furniture and all the new stuff. And I'm just kind of reflecting. You know, I think I'm finally getting sentimental, but the funny part is that I'm not getting sentimental about the last place. I'm getting sentimental about this place. In a lot of respects, this was one of the ultimate goals for my business, was for me to get into a nice apartment like this, to have nice things and to have them be fully paid for. And it took some wiggling, but all the pieces came together in the last 90 days to make that happen for me here. Everything in here is paid in cash, and while there's still some debt on my personal books, my business is still cash flow positive. And I'm really proud of that. You know, one of the things that I've been looking at a lot recently is, you know, as I potentially start to make further investments into the business and change its direction and hopefully get a different result, is how far I've come, right? 26 months ago, I got back here to Phoenix, or just about, or I think we're like a week shy. 26 months. So when I got back here to Phoenix, I had 2 paying clients. I had 6 more commitments, but 2 paying clients. And I started building. Started busting my butt in order to try and build a business. And it's crazy to me to think that in 48 hours from now, on December 1st, with the revenues that will come in on the 1st, I'll cross $100,000 total lifetime revenues in the company, which wasn't a number that I was going to put out there on the internet. It's not something that I'm going to mark down in the title or the thumbnail or anything else like that. But it is a big moment. You know, a lot of people start businesses or start little side projects or whatever, and they'll never get to $50,000. And I did that in 16 months. And to sit here and say that in the last year, last 26 months since I really started working on the business, that I've top lined $100,000 is incredible. Now, granted, that's not all profit. That is certainly not all profit. There are a lot of costs, a lot of blunders, a lot of stuff involved in that number. But in the end, I was able to pay myself enough to be able to live in that crappy little apartment, to make ends meet for almost the entirety of it. Yes, there were moments where I had jobs, be it at Rockford Fosgate for a month, or at the Scottsdale gig, which contractually I'm not allowed to tell you who I worked for 3 months, and then the current employer that I've been working with for the last 6 weeks. But all things said and done, the business has come first. And so it's really interesting for me to be sitting here in this spot as a result of 2 days from now, or tomorrow if you're watching today's vlog, to sit there and think like what that 100K means to me, and the fact that like I did that. And I honestly feel like that's like chapter 1 in kind of my personal entrepreneurial journey, and it really isn't chapter 1, it's more like chapter 4, because of the businesses that I started in college and in grad school, and the stuff that I was involved in with friends, and so it's like, there's a bunch of little other things there, but nothing that actually came to a point of like real paying customers, real work every day. And it's one of these things where, as a result of the book that I'm reading, the question was asked, what would the 10-year in the future version of yourself tell you today about what's going to happen in the next 10 years? And I sat there and I had to look at what I would tell myself 10 years ago in order to sit there and be able to project what that person might say to me, what that Cade would say to me. And what I would say to the 23-year-old Cade is, strap in. It's a hell of a ride coming your way, buddy. Be smart, be humble, work your ass off, and good things will happen, but be true to you. That will get you in trouble, but it's worthwhile. And it's good. In the end, it's good. This spot right here today, November 29th, 2017, is a good spot. 2007, I was just starting grad school. Was I? No, I wasn't even there. I was the year before grad school. I was considering going to grad school. And so, yeah, kind of crazy. And the 10-year in the future part of myself, honestly, and we'll see. Maybe I'm still vlogging in 10 years, maybe I'm not. But 10 years from now, I hope that 43-year-old Cade tells 33-year-old Cade that was the turning point. Things started to get better. And as a result of kind of the entire vlogging period, that set the stage for what's going to come next for you. And that's really exciting. If that's what I can say to myself, and if I can take action that will get me to become that person, well, then even better. So I know what that looks like, and it's much different than like, the dreams and the aspirations and the maybes and the somedays, but like, what would that dude say to me today, and what are the actions that are going to get me to become that guy, and reverse engineer it all the way down. So it's been something interesting to think about since the TV show that I was watching ended. But it is just shy of 11 o'clock now, and again, I'm tired, I'm rambling, but that's a good thing. So I'll say thank you so much for your time and your attention. As always, I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still. So go do cool stuff. Bye for now.